I do use dating apps, and I think the biggest advantage is that you can put right on your profile, like, I'm asexual. And I feel like when you're meeting people in real life and real social situations, it's not something that you're going to necessarily broadcast or have like on your name tag or your shirt. And so it may come up later, and that could lead to problems, because a lot of people would prefer to know right off the bat. And so I feel like being able to have a section of your profile where you can have it right off the bat, I'm ace, take it or leave it, that's a huge advantage.
You're kind of gonna get most people at face value, because I've noticed a difference in when I've had ace explicitly said on my profile versus when it's not. And I feel like when you put ace on your profile, it's definitely like, if they read it, first of all, if they read it, then they're gonna have to either know what it means, do some research, or, you know, be ignorant enough to just like swipe right without like knowing anything about you. But like, you know, but yeah, I think the advantage is that sometimes you do get people who like genuinely are on the same page as you. I've met a lot of people who are also demisexual, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. There's more of us. But so like that's cool. You kind of find the people that are gonna read your profile and like understand you a bit more.
Yes, I use eHarmony. I have had a good experience so far. I think there is an advantage for ace people wanting to date to use dating sites, because the people who pay for the subscription service or however they're advertising, those are the people who are not so much interested in just the fast, quick sexual pursuit, and more interested in the long-term, deep, lasting connection, which is what most ace people would want. Can't speak for everyone.
I use dating apps every once in a while. The advantage can be that nobody knows, which I think can be a good or bad thing, but also, like, alright, there's confirmation that other people like me, despite not knowing.
Like, once upon a time, I used OkCupid, and it started off back in the time when I didn't have the word for asexual, and some of my friends like told me, hey, you should get on OkCupid, blah, 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 whatever. But it like just turned into like too much work. Like, for the amount of work that you have to put in, like to answer the questions and sort through people, I was like, I'm not getting any value out of this, and like I don't really want to meet up with anybody. And it was part of like me assuming the assumptions of what was going to happen when I meet up with those people. It was like, I don't need to do this. And then now I have Grindr on my phone, which I like don't really open too often, but I'm like someone that likes to flirt. And I think the benefit as an asexual person using dating apps now, which is not a benefit for probably allosexual people, is that there's like this culture of you either meet up and engage in sexual activity right now, or there's no expectation to really do anything, and you just kind of like keep a conversation going for on and on. And so in some ways there's like a lessening of an expectation to like really do anything, or just like you have this freedom to explore sexuality without that expectation to do anything, which is great for me as someone that just likes to flirt and likes for people to tell me, hey, you look nice, and I can move on with my day.
Most of my dates have been through dating apps. I think the main thing is the biggest advantage, again, there's the range of people like who you would never cross paths with if you weren't sort of in a dating app, and it sort of sets the context of, okay, for me being ace, a lot of times being with a friend, being on a date can kind of feel very similar, and so it's a chance to be like, okay, yes, we're still hanging out, we're doing the same as friends do, but we're in a context where we're like, okay, this is a day we're going to kind of work towards that relationship and have that clear sense of like, okay, here's what I'm looking for in a relationship, here's what I'm looking for in a partner. It's just having that communication takes a lot of that guesswork out, where if you were, say, dating somebody you met at a bar, it's a lot of, does this person like me? Okay, am I doing like the special eye thing? Like, is it working? Do they read it? And it's just, let's just make the communication simpler and clearer for a lot of people, just that way nobody gets hurt feelings. So
You can support our short film about asexuality by contributing to our crowdfunding campaign through the link in our bio. Thank you.